welcome back to the channel. This is Doc Favors here, guys. And as always, we always want to start every video off with clapping it up for our new subscribers, our new family members, our tribe members. Yo, we understand that you could be anywhere on YouTube, but you choose to hang out with your boy. And I really appreciate that. So as always, if you're getting value from our channel, do me a favor, click the like button, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel so you can, be amongst the ones who get the notifications as soon as they come in. So with that being said today, guys, I want to talk to you all about something that I'm studying. I'm literally in my office getting ready for our next Implement Live. And we are in the process of moving and switching out our offices. We had to acquire a bigger space, whatnot, because we're going to be planning on bringing in people, bringing in students, and we needed a better facility to house those people as we do those trainings, okay? But one of the messages that I've been sharing with our ministry, sharing with one of our pastors, is that we need to get back to the basics. And one of the things as it relates to getting back to the basics that I find myself doing is revisiting some of those old notes that I have on leadership, okay? And, many of you all know that I went through the Maxwell certification. You all know that. If you haven't heard of John C. Maxwell, he's one of the leading guru people on leadership, okay, and personal growth and development. And I've been studying and being mentored by him and his company for years. I want to say since 2010, and I actually got licensed. I paid to go through the program in around 2014 or 15, something like that. So anyway, guys, but here's the question I want to ask you. Here's the question. Excuse me for rambling, but you all know Favors. I like to speak to you all from the heart, like we're having a conversation. And the question is that when it comes to getting back to the basics, and I was speaking to some of our leaders about what is success. And this is so important because success is a very fluid concept to the point to where it means something different to different people. And throughout my whole life of studying human potential and leadership, I got a definition that I had to come up with. But before I share that, I'm going to share a few others with you. So one of the definitions that I used for a while, guys, was by, in fact, John Maxwell. And he said that success is a journey, right? And what did he mean by that? He meant that you can't measure success by how much money you have. The measure of a person's success is not by the achievement of one thing, right? End goal or whatever. He was going on to say that success wasn't, if you were likable, if you had acquired things, because, when those things leave, does that mean you're no longer successful, right? Think about it. If I'm a pastor and I'm no longer pastoring, does that mean I'm not successful? Or I wasn't a successful pastor, you see? So the way that we measure success differs. Now, another definition of success that I used for years that really impacted my life on my early journey en road to leadership was a quote that I heard Bob Proctor say from Earl Nightingale. And that was, success, watch this, is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And so it wasn't until I started studying the teaching, Lead the Field by Earl Nightingale, that I realized what he was saying was simply this: when you make a decision and that you're going to do a thing, the moment you make a decision that you're going to do something, you are already successful because you are in a progressive state of the realization, or a progressive state of attaining that goal, right? Or attaining whatever it is that you set out to do. And as soon as you start to move towards it, it then works its way toward you. It's like working, burning the candle on both ends, if you will. And that definition worked for a while, don't get me wrong. So first one by John says that success is a journey, right? You got to know some purpose, got to know some other things. And I was working that one. And then I got to a certain point and said, well, wow, it's a journey, but when does this journey go in? So then I got to Earl. He said success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So then I was like, okay, well, these things that I'm doing, they are worthy of my time. I am trying to realize them, to bring them to fruition. And I am being progressive in the pursuit of it. So that one worked for a while. But once again, I started looking around and I said, you know what? I'll never forget. I had a person tell me one day that you're not this or you're not that based upon what others were doing it at that level. Let me make that a little clear for you. Imagine having someone say, hey, you're not a bishop because you don't have a 10,000 seat sanctuary. But a bishop is an administrative office. Okay, here's another one. Imagine someone saying you're not a leader and you have an organization where you have 10 employees working for you and you're generating, $250,000 a year, at least, right? But they say you're not a leader and everyone around you is progressing only because you're not generating $1 million a year and you don't have 12 leaders up under. You only got 10. Do you all see what I'm saying? So leadership, not leadership, but success is subjective. And so according to another person's standard or idea of what success is, they'll then try to label you what they believe you should be. And that's when you have to start pump the brakes. So I said all that to say this. I had someone say that to me, tell me that to my face, that I wasn't in fact a bishop, when now my spiritual leader at the time, God rest his soul, Bishop Eddie Long, we was traveling, we was doing things, ministry was flourishing, everything was just, business was good, everything, right? I had almost, like I said, 12 churches that was connected with us and everything, man, that I'm overseeing as a bishop. But this one person said that to me. And then I went and looked up their position, y'all, and they were at best an admin. Do you get what I'm trying to tell you? So anyway, I said, okay, I need to revamp this thing called success then, because here's one thing I do know. When you're talking about principles of success, the principles should work in any given arena, in any avenue or any context. So if I say, if you study hard and stay consistent, you'll achieve 9 times out of 10 any goal you set. That is a principle that is laterally applicable to any context. Anything you set out to do, if you put yourself in a position where you're going to be consistent and you do it consistent, then guess what? You'll eventually get to your destination. That's principle. So for me, I had to develop a definition of success. And maybe this will resonate with some of you all, so we can get you out of, success isn't imitating someone trying to be like them, because ultimately the more you try to be like them, the further away you get to who God intended for you to be. Okay. And, that's just one thing that I always was comfortable with Mike Faves. Y'all get me? That was one of the things that I guess would make me likable. People would appeal, and they would just, they would cling to me, if you will. I always knew I had leadership and influence, but when people know you and they like you and they begin to trust you, y'all, because you're not afraid to be who you are. I just embrace my inadequacies, my failures. I'm not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, but I was comfortable in my own skin. I didn't have to try to talk like this person or be like that person or dress like them. I was cool with my own swag. I got my own little style from the D, y'all. Y'all know, from Detroit. So I got my own little way that I do things, but guess what? It works for me. I'm comfortable. It allows me to teach, to speak, to preach, and it allows me to help a lot of people, who can see that genuineness. So here's my definition of what success is. Success for me, you all, goes something like this. Success is the achievement of a goal, right? I want you all to hear me. It is the achievement of having a goal. That's what I want to say. Success is the achievement of having a goal and having what? The courage to be your authentic self while going after it. I'm going to say that again. Success is the achievement of having a goal and the courage to be your authentic self while going after it. Now, let me break this down. Success is the achievement of having a goal first. When you talk about having a goal and understanding the achievement of that, that alone makes you successful, because now you got vision, you could have purpose. Now you have a picture in your mind of where you want to go, where you want to be, because you have a goal. Do you know how many people that I coach you all and mentor, that one of the first things I have to do is sit them down and say, okay, first place we got to start is, what do you really want? Like, seriously, what do you really want? Why are you here? What is it that you're really trying to accomplish? What do you want out of life? What you want out of this job? What do you really want out of this relationship? You see, oftentimes people enter into these partnerships and things looking for their identity from someone else. You have to get that identity from within. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on that, y'all, because we're talking about success today and what it is. But think about that. If I know where I want to go, then if where I want to go is not where I am, I have a goal to get there. Now all we got to do is plot out some strategic movements. Guys, I've been doing this for a while. This is what it is, right? And the ones who do the work are the ones who get to say, I was successful in that area. So anyway, success is, the first part, success is the achievement of having a goal. First thing you got to do is have a goal. There's nothing worse in the world than getting in your car or getting on a boat and going somewhere and you don't know the destination. You're just going around in circles. As that psalmist said, you got me going in circles, womp, 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 womp. You know, no one wants to go in a circle. No, we want to have some clear, thought out, concise goals so we can go and achieve them. So then success is the achievement of having a goal and watch, and having the courage, hear me, to be your authentic self. Now, the courage to be your authentic self speaks to your ability. When I first started in this, people sought after and listened to the best preachers, the best speakers, and I was a part of them. We would try to close like them, and we would try to hoop like them, and we would try to make sure that we took on their isms and their mannerisms. But if you don't understand that a son only walks and talks like his father until he becomes a man. And once he becomes a man, he then develops his own voice. So I've seen a lot of people fall by the wayside because they could no longer maintain the sound, the imitation of the individual that they were so impressed with. Okay? So when you talk about being able to have the courage to be the authentic you, a lot of times when you are authentically you, the masses won't accept that because you don't sound like what the masses are used to. I'm dropping some real nuggets here for y'all today. But you have to have the courage to be an outlier. Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book called Outliers. You got to have the courage to be a maverick, you know. You got to have the courage to be the black sheep, if you will. And sometimes in leadership, especially those who have vision, just like the video I did just yesterday, I'm going to leave a link down below because y'all really want to check it out. If you 40 and over, there's a trend and an algorithm for us right here on this platform to take what you already know. Imagine how many people you can help, or how many of you all that this is impacting right now, saying, you know what? One of my problems, I've been trying to do it like my father-in-law said, like my mother. You've been living life according to what they say versus according to what your heart says, y'all. Do y'all hear me? Very important. So success, I gotta land this plane. Success is, for me, this is my definition of what success is. Hopefully, if you can use it, then take it, please. Success is the achievement of a goal and having the courage to be your authentic self. Watch this now. Here's the last portion, while going after it. The going after it is that place to where, as you say, you know what? I'm able to do it. I'm willing to do it. I'm going to do it. But here's the amazing thing that happens, and why I said success is the achievement of having a goal and having the courage to be your authentic self while going after it. Because here's the thing, when you start going after your goals, I no longer said, okay, I got to hit the mile. I got to hit the mile mark. I got to hit it. I'm aiming for it. But let me ask you this. if you're aiming to do 25K a month, right? If you shoot and aim toward 25,000 a month in your business or your company or your hustle, your side hustle, if you land at 22.5, are you at where you started when you was only at 3K a month or 5K a month? No, you're not. So now, because I didn't hit 25, but I came up at 22,500 a month, does that mean I'm not successful? You see? If then success is the achievement of having a goal of 25K and the courage to be my authentic self, which means I'm gonna work my ideas. I'm gonna teach what from my experiences, from my life experience, from my skill sets. And I come up short to be at 22.5, but I was still going after the 25. In my mind, that makes me successful, you all, because I'm not where I started out at. Eventually, I'll get to that 25. I could just change the time. And so if I have a goal that I'm going to hit 25K by January 1st and I hit it by February 1st, no problem. I just move the timeline up, but I still hit it. You see? So then success, you all, is that ability to at least be better, if nothing else, 1% a day than you were yesterday. And so that, I think for me, that kind of put it all in perspective that number one, to be successful, I'm going to have some goals. I'm going to have purpose. Number two, I am going to be my authentic self. And number three, I'm going to go after it with all I have. And I believe, I know, because if you look at my life, those who've been following me for the duration, you see that that's pretty much the way I live my life, you all. Seriously. I come up with my goals. I get my action steps. And then what do? I put them in a place to where they fit with my skill sets and the areas that I'm good. So at the beginning of this decade, I made a declaration, said, I'm taking no more losses. Why? Not because I'm the greatest fighter and I'm above being able to lose. It's just that, number one, I said anything that I lose at or anything that I fail at, I don't look at it as such. I changed my mindset. I look at it as a teaching opportunity. And the second thing is, the reason why I can say I don't take any losses is because I don't pick fights that I can't win. I don't go after things that I don't think I can win. Even my big goals, if I'm excited about it, it may be like, woo, it may be uncomfortable. Whoo. It's like David and Goliath, but in my mind, I'm going to win. You see? It's mindset. So I hope that helped some of you all today about success. No matter what your goal is, no matter what you have, guys, if you have a goal and you go out and you are being authentically you, that means you don't have to change who you are for the worse. You don't have to imitate nobody, but you can be yourself, be in your lane, and you really go after it. To me, that's success, because wherever you end up, you're going to be better than you were before you started, okay? So with that being said, guys, once again, I'm excited to let you know that not tomorrow, but next Saturday, the 23rd, we're doing a one-day masterclass on Implement. Some of the strategies of what we've done and what we've been doing and how we created all the stuff that we're doing down here in Jacksonville and online. And I'm excited to share that with you all, because I really believe that you all are here for a reason. We're here for a reason. And so as always, guys, leave some comments down below. If you're interested in getting that, it's a free course. We're going to do it a one-day seminar. I'm going to do it one day. I'm going to take what I did over 3 days and turn it into one day. But we're going to dig deep. We're going to really go in there. You sign up with the link below. I'll put you in that private Facebook group. We'll get you ready, get you prepared, and see how we can help you. Because at the end of the day, I'd like your permission to do you a favor. I want to do you a favor. And hopefully by the end of that day, you would have given me the permission to do you a favor, to help you achieve what it is you want to achieve, okay? Through the method of implementation that we have. So with that being said, you all, hey, this is Doc Favors, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It's a few other videos down here that I believe that goes with this one. I'd like for you to check out. So when you get done with this one, hit the Link down below and check that out. And as always, you all, hey, let's stay positive on purpose and not by accident. And let's continue to strive to become essential in our spheres of influence. This is Doc Favors. We'll see you next time.